1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2.
Discover, improve, and get the value from their businesses. With multi-certified valuation and mergers and acquisition advisors, they understand the complexities of valuations and negotiating in the mergers and acquisitions market.
Check, check, check. Watertown Arrows have taken the floor. Check, check. 1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1.
Check 1, check 2, check 1, check 2. Yep.
Like them purple pants.
Those ugly Vikings colors.
Well, not they're just off purple. The Vikings are a little bit better, brighter purple.
Yeah, whatever that means.
I got cold water for you, too.
Thank you.
Here we go. Let's do it. Got six more games after this.
Into a special presentation from the Real Presence Radio Network. On Real Presence Radio, welcome to the Knights Game Day Show, sponsored by First Premier Bank, Premier Bank Card.
And welcome to Sioux Falls, South Dakota, Gorman High School, the site of the SoDak 16 AA boys matchup between the number 6 Sioux Falls Gorman Knights, 13-7, hosting the number 11 seed, the Watertown Arrows, 9-11, with the winner advances to the state tournament. And I tell you what, it's already getting loud in here because Watertown traveled well. The whole Watertown side is just about packed. As the Gorman people are coming out of Mass and stuff. So we're going to have a great time here tonight. I'm Dan Johnson, Real Presence Radio, along with Isaac Struck here tonight. The Gorman Knights have struggled the last regular season game, losing 3 of the last 5. They lost on senior night 57-47. The game was tied with 44 going into the final quarter. Isaac, I always got a couple questions for you because you're the expert at this. Isaac, what's your opinion? What did they struggle most with in that fourth quarter against the Warriors a week ago?
I think it was just a lack of cohesiveness within the team. I think that people are trying to do just a little bit too much on their own, and they need to start playing some better team basketball, kind of just trusting each other, trusting the system. Everything's going to work out if you just put faith in your teammates, and that's kind of what I hope to see tonight. We've got plenty of talent to win this game. It's just if we can gel together, play as one team, not as an individual, and that'll get us hopefully a bid to the state tournament for I don't know how many consecutive years now.
This is they're looking for their 6th straight tournament berth. So with that, their 6th straight berth in 12 and 15 seasons for Coach Derek Roby. In order to get back to the state of Gorman, needs to have their big-time players step up, and that's where we're going to talk about Okoye, Cartwright, Norton. What do you think, Isaac? What do these guys have to do tonight to help get O'Gorman back to the state tournament, that 7th-time straight win to the title?
I would love to see Jack kind of get in his groove today. I think that he needs to score the ball more than a couple times this game. I think he needs to have a pretty sound game offensively, but defensively, I hope Norton and Okoye play well and stay out of foul trouble because we're sized up a little bit better than these guys are. We've got a little bit of a height advantage on them. We need to be able to take advantage of that. But I hope that our guys that we can rely on have a good night tonight. And if they aren't, we're going to have to see the bench kind of step up and fill in those roles. But it should be a really exciting game tonight. Hopefully it's well balanced offensively. And I couldn't tell you how exciting this atmosphere is already. Like you said earlier, Watertown came in. They've got their entire side filled up. Their student section is in a blackout theme, about 10 rows up right now. And they brought fan buses, is what I was informed. They brought 2 fan buses here, and then plenty of people traveled. So this is just a fun environment already, and I can't wait for this thing to get started.
The Watertown Arrows, the 9-11 on season, their record doesn't do them any justice. They've lost their team. They play very well. They're 7-1 in games decided by 10 points or less. They beat Brandon Valley this year, Yankton once. They score 49 points a game. Isaac, defensively, what is the biggest challenge the Gorman faces tonight regarding the Arrows, who don't play a post player.
The thing is that Watertown can really stretch the floor well. They have a lot of good shooters that can space the floor, and that's kind of what gave O'Gorman fits early on in the season, was that the players that they had to deal with, we had to stretch out and guard them on the perimeter, and that's not necessarily something that we like doing, stepping out and guarding them, but that's going to be crucial tonight. Is the guard play has to step up defensively, and then offensively. Just because we've got a size advantage doesn't mean we have to just try to pound it into the post every time, because Watertown knows that we have a size advantage, so they're going to try to find ways to take that away. We just need to play a really well-balanced game today.
Gorman won first time this year back on December 14th in 2019, 47-45, which is the second game of the year. Watertown led 26-19 at half. Jack Cartwright had 17, Okoye and Caden Moffett 10. Series history, this is a 52nd meeting. Gorman leads the series 30-21. So what's the other games going on in the SoDak 16 tonight?
I'm glad you asked, Dan. So one game that's already gone final today was number 4 seeded Washington. They were hosting Spearfish at Washington High School, and they came away with a 69-47 win. Washington, the fourth seeded team in the state, over the 13th seeded Spearfish. There's a barn burner going on at Lincoln right now. Lincoln is hosting Rapid City Central, that athletic team out of Rapid City, and the Cobblers have a 3-point lead, 23-20 at the half over Lincoln at Lincoln High School. And then the other game that's been going on right now, the last score check that we got, Brandon is leading Aberdeen at the end of the first quarter, 10-8. Now it is at halftime, and Brandon is leading Aberdeen 25-18. So two really close games going on right now, and then Washington pulling away with a victory over that 13th ranked Spearfish team. So Washington is the first team to punch their ticket to the state tournament in the boys AA.
That's Corporate Update brought to you by Jamison Rollins, managing partner Value Advisor. Value Advisor helps people, business discover. Jamison can be reached at 605-370-6931. Real estate through Murphy Business, Dakota Lakes. Stay with us. Brett Byler sits down with Zach Viewig in the second year as head coach of Watertown Arrows. Stay with us on Real Presence Radio.
Value Advisor helps people and businesses discover, improve, and get the value from their businesses. With multi-certified valuation and mergers and acquisition advisors, they understand the complexities of valuations and negotiating in the mergers and acquisitions marketplace. For more information, you can contact Jamison Rounds, managing partner of Value Advisor at 605-370-6931 or online at valueadvisor.com. Real estate through Murphy Business, Dakota Lakes.
Community. It's at the heart of everything we do at First Premier Bank and Premier Bank Card. From supporting area athletics to funding academic scholarships, we continually seek new ways to improve and strengthen communities we serve. At the heart of these communities are people, our customers, and our employees. We work hard to ensure our customers are successful and our communities thrive. It's the Premier way. It's what community banking is all about. First Premier Bank and Premier Bank Card. Locally grown, nationally known.
Welcome back to the Knights Game Day Show, brought to you by First Premier Bank Card. I'm now joined by Watertown boys coach Zach Weavick. Coach, you ended your regular season last Friday night against a very good Huron team, losing up there. How did you feel your boys play in that ball game against Huron?
We started slow, and I think atmosphere, everything kind of was maybe a little bit of a shell shock going up there. But, I thought after we kind of settled in, we got some really good looks in the first half. We shot 13%, and so anytime you shoot 13%, you're going to struggle. And we struggled in that first half, but to our credit, second half, we made a run. I think we were able to get to 12 a couple different times and had looks to get to single digits or 10, and just never got over that hump. And just, again, disappointed because we were going for the ESD championship that night. Disappointed with how right away that we didn't come out ready to go, but was happy that we were able to kind of play a little bit better in the second half.
And Coach, the last time I talked to you was the second game of the year, December 14th. What is the biggest difference in your team now compared to early on in the season?
I think us coming into the year, we didn't have a lot of experience. We had one kid, coming back that saw some time last year. We've built that experience up, and that's been crucial. So you can't use that as an excuse now that we haven't had experience. And so, I think we've kind of identified roles. We've learned where our strengths are, where our weaknesses lie, and we've really worked to develop our weaknesses, and to get better and better in those areas. And so, I'd like to think we're playing more consistent basketball now than we were at the beginning of the year. And I think everybody would say that this time of the year.
Coach, you play O'Gorman tonight. Obviously, they're a lot taller and longer than your team. Is that length one of your biggest concerns going into the ball game?
Yeah, and it has been all year. You know, we've every game that we've seen this year, we've been the smallest team going in, and so you know, yeah, obviously that's something that's a key. It's a key point. You know, how do you handle another team's size? How do you handle the length? How do you handle that stuff? And that's gonna be another key for us tonight. You know, can we handle that? And you know, if there's anything this year that we've done a decent job with, has been handling other teams as bigs, and so we hope that carries over again to tonight.
What kind of tempo favors your team tonight, Coach?
You know, SoDak 16 postseason play, I think you got to find that rhythm. You know, I think you got to be able to play both ways. I think, you know, a lot of coaches this stage of the year, you really like to value possessions, and you know, it's a lower possession game when you get into the postseason, and I think we're fine with that. You know, I think if we can get some fast break opportunities, we'll take those as well. You know, if we can get some easy things in transition, but you got to value the basketball and you got to value the possession. So I'd assume tonight you'd see a lower scoring, probably lower possession game, but you know, I could be off on that too, and both teams might want to get out and run a little bit. We'll just adjust as the game goes.
On your defensive end, Coach, what are some keys to O'Gorman? Okoye's playing really well. They also have some guards that can put the ball in the hoop as well.
Yeah, definitely. You know, I think it starts like you said with Okoye. You know, I think he's really came on here in the last second half of the year, and a lot of it's come from down on the block. You know, and he's done a really good job with that. And you know, they're dangerous from the perimeter. You know, I think you see their stats and you see their shooters. You know, Cartwright is obviously a name you got to worry about from the three-point line, and Norton as well. But after that, you got Hardy, you got Arbogast. I mean, you got multiple kids that have had big games for them throughout the course of the year. And so, yeah, you got to do a good job running them off the three-point line and still containing dribble penetration. And then, like I said, we got to rebound too tonight. You know, they got the, you know, Murhead kid goes to the boards hard. Woobin kid goes to the boards hard. I mean, you know, we got to make sure we put bodies on them tonight.
Thank you so much, Coach. Good luck tonight.
Yeah, thank you. Appreciate it.
And that was Watertown coach Zach Vieweg in his second year. Say what, Brett Byler sit down with Coach Derek Roby. His interview is next on the Game Day Show. Stay with us.
Pregnant, one word, many emotions. Sioux Falls Catholic Family Services is ready to support you by providing free and confidential counseling to birth parents regardless of faith or ethnic origin. For more information, to speak with a pregnancy counselor, or to schedule an appointment, call Catholic Family Services at 605-988-3775 or email cfs@sfcatholic.org.
This is Mark Konzemius. In 1987, Bishop Paul Dudley and a group of business leaders started the Catholic Community Foundation for Eastern South Dakota to help raise, manage, and distribute God's gifts as determined by donors' intent. We continue to grow their vision and legacy of faith. Many choose the Catholic Community Foundation for their charitable giving because of our commitment to Catholic moral and social values. Learn more about the Catholic Community Foundation. Visit ccfesd.org.
Welcome back to the Knights Game Day Show, brought to you by First Premier Bank Card. I'm now joined by O'Gorman boys basketball coach Derek Roby. Coach, your team played the Washington Warriors to close out the regular season here at O'Gorman on senior night, losing that one 57-47. Looking back at that game, Coach, overall, how did you feel your boys played in that one?
You know, I didn't think we played that bad. You know, we played hard. The effort was there. We just didn't shoot the ball very well. I told our kids afterwards, they said, you can't hang your head too much. Obviously, for a couple of reasons. We got postseason coming around the corner. Again, our effort was there. We certainly had the desire to win. We just didn't shoot the ball very well that particular night, and that happens. That's part of AA this time of year. Kind of let Washington get the last run, and that turned into, you know, a 10-point game for us.
Coach, in the fourth quarter, we only scored 3 points. Were you happy with the shots we were getting that quarter, and were you just missing them, or talk about the execution of your offense?
Well, I wasn't happy. Certainly, you know, we were trying to score any way we could, whether it was in transition or within trying to just get some touches. You know, Okoye needs some more help right now. We have a lot of really good players that need to step up. I'm going to be honest, need to step up and make plays. I mean, we're giving them ample opportunity to knock down shots and to get into rhythm, but that's kind of what's been our Achilles heel, if you will, for the season. Our kids have been, you know, kind of like a roller coaster, up and down, up and down. One night somebody's just shooting the lights out, and the next night he can't hit, you know, the broadside of a barn. You know, it is what it is. Okoye needs some more help. Okoye's been doing all of the scoring for us.
Coach, you mentioned Okoye. He's been playing really well. I believe he scored 20-plus in 5 of his last 6 games. And then you mentioned the other players stepping up. And just based off of them, their experience and playing really well in the past for you is Jack Cartwright and Zach Norton. What do you need to see from those 2 guys in particular in a big-time game tonight against Watertown?
Well, there again, I mean, they are kind of our go-to guys because they have the most experience with Okoye from a year ago. They're both returning starters, and they just have to make plays. And I'm not pointing fingers. It's not like they're trying to miss shots, but, we just have to have guys step up and just relax and stick to their strengths. And it might not even be scoring points. It might be getting the rebounds and or taking charge or getting the ball to somebody who is in rhythm. We just have to have some of our veterans step up and make some plays.
Coach, now tonight we know our matchup. Finally, the SoDak 16 against the Watertown Arrows, a team we met very early in the season, our second game of the year up in Watertown, winning that one 47-45, a very close game throughout. When you're looking at Watertown now compared to even maybe when you saw them early in the season, what concerns you about playing them tonight?
Well, they're certainly well coached, and they can all shoot it. You can't zero in on one guy. They're all hard-nosed players. You look at them, the sense of on paper, it just walking out here tonight and looking at the physical, their height compared to us, and you'd think we'd have the advantage, but they play hard. They all do, and I think that's been pretty evident. They are able to knock off number 1 Yankton a few weeks ago, and we played them right down to the wire, and they've been in a lot of games like that. So with all of that being said, they're hard-nosed. They play very well defensively.
And finally, Coach, you mentioned the defensive end. Let's talk tonight about the offensive end and what you'd like to see from your team in a game that if you win, you're in the state tournament, and it has to be probably nice, hopefully having a nice crowd tonight to support you at home.
Well, I hope so. I mean, obviously you're playing one game to gain a berth into the state AA tournament, so you're certainly hoping to use the crowd to your advantage. I talk to our guys all year long, get in a rhythm and play good enough to have a home court at the end of the year. It doesn't matter who you're playing. I mean, pick your poison. And with all of that being said, hopefully our crowd will be here, very supportive tonight, loud. We know it's at stake, and we're going to have to get in a rhythm early. Again, we have to defend them early. They're a dribble drive team. They're going to want to get into the paint, and we just have to do a better job of keeping them out of the paint and trying to take advantage of our height somehow, some way.
Thank you so much, Coach. Good luck tonight.
Thank you much, Brett.
And that was Derek Roby in his 15th year here at O'Gorman High School. Kay Isaac, keys to victory. What the Knights have to do to punch that ticket to state tournament?
Well, tonight they got to do a couple things. They got to take advantage of their size, get that ball inside, but also when Watertown's going to collapse on you, you need to be able to respond and kick it out to some shooters. We need to limit Watertown's penetration in their 5-out offense. We got to control the glass. We can't really give up any second chance points, especially to a team that's undersized compared to we are. We got to avoid those 3 to 4 minute scoring droughts that we've seen a couple times this year. Those are got to be crucial, and we got to be able to score the ball consistently tonight. And finally, we need to have our big time players step up. We need Okoye and Zach and Jack and some of those other role guys to really play well tonight in order to get this victory.
I agree. Tonight's keys of victory for the Sioux Falls O'Gorman Knights were brought to you by Fritsch Benefits, a registered investment advisor representative. John Fritsch can be reached at 605-324-8086.
Tonight's Sioux Falls O'Gorman Knights Game Day show has been brought to you by First Premier Bank Card. First Premier Bank Card are proud sponsors of the Sioux Falls O'Gorman Knights. First Premier Bank / Premier Bank Card, locally grown and nationally known.
You'll be listening to First Premier Bank Card Game Day show. Coming up next, we'll have the Knights tip-off show featuring your starting lineup. Stay tuned on Real Presence Radio.
Hi, John Fritsch, Fritsch Benefits. The people we work with have 2 goals. Number 1, they don't want to run out of money. Number 2, whatever is left, they want it to go to the people they love. Could be issues like Social Security claiming, Medicare choices, even asset allocations for your 401k, or you may want to treat your church like one of your children. If you want to talk about any financial issues, you can call me, John Fritsch, 334-8086.
Investment advice offered through IMS Wealth Management, an SEC registered advisor.
Community. It's at the heart of everything we do at First Premier Bank and Premier Bank Card. From supporting area athletics to funding academic scholarships, we continually seek new ways to improve and strengthen communities we serve. At the heart of these communities are people, our customers, and our employees. We work hard to ensure our customers are successful and our communities thrive. It's the Premier way. It's what community banking is all about. First Premier Bank and Premier Bank Card. Locally grown, nationally known.
on the Real Presence Radio Network. O'Gorman Knights basketball is on the air. Brought to you by
Catholic Family Services, Catholic Community Foundation for Eastern South Dakota, Jardine Construction, Hagen Chiropractic Clinic, Bishop O'Gorman Catholic Schools, Fritch Benefits Registered Investment Advisor Representative, McGuire Iron, Knights of Columbus Insurance Field Agent Jeff Gillen, Pizza Ranch and Fun Zone Arcade on 41st Street, First Premier Bank Card, Sioux Equipment Company, Ide Bailey, Farrendorf Family Chiropractic and Wellness, Jameson Rounds Managing Partner of Value Visor.
Tip-off to tonight's game is just moments away. With all the exciting action of O'Gorman Knights basketball, let's go to the gym.
And welcome back to O'Gorman High School. SoDak 16, O'Gorman Knights versus the Watertown Arrows. The winner advances to the state tournament on the 19th of March. So let's begin this Saturday evening with a prayer. Father?
This is Father Joseph Schulten, chaplain of O'Gorman High School. Let us pray in the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen. Heavenly Father, your Son Jesus taught us to strive to enter through the narrow gate. As we begin this game, help us to strive to serve him in all things. Help us to use the talents that you have given us to glorify you. We ask for your protection on all players and your blessing upon all coaches and fans, that they would engage in this game with charity and joy. May the players play to their best of their ability, glorifying you in all things through your Son Jesus, who is Lord forever and ever. Amen.
And now let's look at the Knights' opponent tonight, the 11th seed Watertown Arrows, coming in the game 9-11. Isaac, who are their starters tonight?
Tonight, Watertown will start a guard, number 4, Dawson Schmidt. He's a 6'3" junior. They'll start another guard, Evan Faulkner. He is a 6' senior. He's number 10. Another guard at number 12, Cooper Heiser. He's a 6' senior as well. They'll start another guard, Brandon Smith, the 6'1" senior. He's number 14. And finally, to round it out, the 5th guard in the lineup, that's correct, 5 out, number 24, Mason Morris. He's the 5'11" senior. The Arrows are coached by Zach Weavick. In his second season, he is 0-2 versus OG, and he was previously at Bonhomme for 2 years, where he led the Bonhomme team to a 32-12 record. And he was at Lead Deadwood for 2 years before that.
The Cavaliers of Bonhomme down there. And now the starting level from the number seed Sioux Falls O'Gorman Knights. Number 10, the guard, the senior, 6'4", committed USF, Jack Cartwright. 13, 5'11" senior guard, Zach Norton. Number 15, guard, the 5'8" junior, Reese Arbogast. Number 3, the forward, committed to Augustana, 6'6" senior, Coy Coy. Number 34, 6'5" senior, Cade McCuska. The O'Gorman Knights starting lineups. They're coached by Derek Roby in his 15th year, 254-106.
I'd like to give a quick shout out to assistant coach Trey Berg and his wife Taylor, who are currently at the hospital in labor expecting a child today. So Coach Trey cannot be here, but want to give a special shout out to him and his wife.
And she's a trainer. And
she is our trainer as well. So
and it's her first one.
Yeah, that's exciting.
So keep them in your prayers, folks, as we go on. We'll give you updates as we get them, and hope the baby is healthy and she has a good delivery with that baby. So keep them in your prayers. Okay, final thoughts. We go on as they're doing the introducing cheerleaders here. So.
Well, you take a look around this gym, and it is an exciting atmosphere. We've got the entire OG side filled all the way up to the top, student section and all. The band is here in full force. And then you take a look over to our right, and Watertown has brought an equally sized student section, and they are bringing the energy right now. They're currently, if you can hear in the background, a little stomp and clap during their starting lineups here. They brought a full crowd. They brought 2 or 3 fan buses to the game. So this is quite the environment. Nothing that you would like to see more than a packed house for a SoDak 16 state qualifying game. So this one is going to be really fun. I just hope that it lives up to the hype.
Hey, don't go anywhere. Tip-off is right around the corner. You're listening to O'Gorman Basketball on Real Presence Radio.
Ide Bailey, a public accounting firm, provides tax, accounting, assurance, and business advisory services to clients across the nation. With offices in Sioux Falls and 40-plus locations in 15 states, Ide Bailey is the workplace for 2,500 professionals. The firm has been serving clients for over 100 years. You can contact Ide Bailey online at idebailey.com Ide Bailey is a proud supporter of O'Gorman Knights athletics and activities and the Real Presence Radio Network.
Pizza Ranch and Fun Zone Arcade on 41st Street in Sioux Falls has something for everyone. They offer a buffet featuring pizza and chicken. Pizza Ranch has daily specials as well as 5 party rooms and a dining area. You can also order online and they'll bring the experience to you. Pizza Ranch is located across from O'Gorman High School on 41st Street and can be contacted by calling 271-8646. Pizza Ranch is a strong supporter of O'Gorman Knights athletics and activities.
Welcome back to O'Gorman High School, where the Knights and the Watertown Arrows are getting ready to tip off here. Final starting lineup introductions for the O'Gorman Knights as we get ready to get underway. Like we had just mentioned, it's a packed house. I have a quick score update. I'm not sure how quite how current it is, but over in Brandon Valley, the Brandon Valley Lynx lead the Aberdeen Central Golden Eagles by 5, 37-32 at the end of the third quarter. And Lincoln is down 37-34 in the fourth quarter at home against Rapid City Central. So the Patriots struggling a little bit right now with the Cobblers at home. So that could be quite a little shake-up. Not necessarily it was expected that Lincoln would win or expected that Rapid City Central could win. But those 8-9 games are always exciting, but usually the home team's got that little advantage, so we'll see if it comes into play late.
The broadcast of these playout games has been authorized by special arrangement with the Board of Directors of the South Dakota High School Activities Association. You've been here. What are these players, seniors, going through right now? They know this could be their last game.
The emotions are on an all-time high right now. I think you're not even really thinking about it being your last game. You're just hoping that this game you can play as clean as you can. The emotions start to hit once that game is over. It's for sure your last game here. Yep. But it could be your last game, so you just know that you want to go out at least with 100% effort.
Okay, here's a tip-off. Here's Isaac Struck with your play-by-play. Thanks for listening, folks. This is O'Gorman basketball.
Watertown comes out in the away purples with yellow numbers and a little bit of a white trim. O'Gorman in their home whites. Okoye has won the tip, and O'Gorman will start with it. Arbogast has it and dribbles around the right side. Watertown with the defensive chant from the student section, noisy as ever. Norton will drive baseline on the left side, kick back out to Makuska, who passes it back up top to Cartwright. They'll pass it around the perimeter now. 17 on the shot clock. Good defense from Watertown early. Norton drives inside. Tough shot does not fall. The rebound goes to Watertown. And now Dawson Schmidt will bring it across the timeline for Watertown's first possession. He'll get it over to Falconer, who passes it up top to Smith. Smith has it at the top of the key, turns over, and now goes dribble drive inside on Makuska, who gets a partial block, sends it away, and the Knights are off in transition. Norton will slow things down on the left wing, and he'll dribble over pass to Reese Arbogast for 3. It's good! Arbogast hits a 3, and the Knights are up 3-0 early.
And Reese comes down, and let's get that train section fired up, he goes. It's electrified in here tonight, folks.
Smith passes it over to Schmidt. Schmidt has it back up top to Falconer, who swings it around the perimeter. Now Morris has it in the left corner, and they swing it back up top. Watertown will pull it out to the top of the key, 10 seconds on the clock. Schmidt goes dribble drive, pulls up for a deep 3 from the top of the key. It hits off the back of the rim on the twine, and that's going to be an out of bounds as it hits the top of the backboard. It'll be Knights possession.
Yeah, it hit that cable that pulls the basket up.
Watertown will come out with a little bit of pressure here in a 2-2-1 defensive press here. Full court extended. Arbogast will have it. He'll bring it up the right side. Morris getting ready for him over there, and he'll give it over to Cartwright now. Cartwright back to Arbogast, and the Knights will get set offensively. Watertown falls into a 2-3 zone, hoping to help with that size disadvantage. Cartwright will take a 3, and he's got it! Jack Cartwright answers with a 3 of his own. Arbogast and Cartwright back-to-back 3s on back-to-back possessions, and they lead 6-0. Watertown will work it around the perimeter. Schmidt has it up top over to Falconer in the corner. His 3 is on the way. It's too short. Rebound goes to Makuska. He gets it up to Arbogast. Arbogast will bring it across half court with a little bit of pace. Gets it down low inside to Okoye. Turnaround jumper is good. Okoye buries a jumper, and it's an 8-0 lead. And now Watertown will take a timeout, and the Knights erupt.
Oh, it's erupting in here, Isaac.
It's a 30-second timeout, so we'll keep it right here. And the emotions are all over the place right now. The OG section stands to their feet, gives a loud cheer as they've got an 8-0 lead.
This is what matters. This is beyond the X's and O's. This is the difference mutual respect makes. This is what character looks like. This is what defines us in South Dakota. This is sportsmanship. School sports. It's not the outcome that matters most, but the way the games are played. This message is presented by the South Dakota High School Activities Association and the South Dakota Interclassic Athletic Administrators Association. I can't even hear myself talk. I'm sorry if I'm yelling, folks. It is loud in here, and I apologize.
My eardrums are bursting, not only from Dan screaming, but that crowd mic blaring in my ears. Watertown will get ready to head on to the offensive possession. Schmidt has it across half court, and he'll pass it over to Faulkner. Faulkner works it back up top. That's Heiser, Cooper Heiser, the senior. Morris swings it back around. Watertown hasn't had any opportunities to get inside until Faulkner takes it, dribble drive inside off glass for two. And the Arrows student section is waving their white towels that say Arrows on them. Each member of that student section with a towel of their own. Arbogast brings it across half court. Watertown sets up in that 2-3 zone, hoping to slow things down. O'Gorman's made them pay for it so far with 2 threes in their early going. Knights passing it around the perimeter. Cartwright up to Arbogast, who dribbles over and passes to Norton. He takes a 3 from the left wing, and that's good! Zach Norton knocks home a 3 from the left wing. 3 triples in the early going, and the Knights have an 11-2 lead. That was Heiser who dribbled baseline. Arbogast nearly picked his pocket. They're going to call a foul on Arbogast, however, so Watertown will inbound it from just underneath their basket on the right block. Left block, right block to us.
Norberg's in now, and who else came in? 20.
White Berner, he is the 5'11 senior as well. So Berner and Norberg in for Watertown. They inbound the ball. Now dribbling on the baseline, they kick it out for a 3, and that's good! So Drew Norberg, the sophomore, checks in and knocks home a 3 from the corner, and Watertown has cut the lead to 6. Watertown showing a man principal defense now. They have hopped out of the zone after OG's knocked down 3 threes. McCoy has it, passes over to Norton. He'll take a 3 from the same spot, and he knocks down another one!
14-5, halfway through the first period.
The Knights have come out shooting the lights out of the gym right now. 4 threes in the first quarter. Definitely their best shooting performance so far of the season here in the first quarter. That's going to be Schmidt dribbling around. Tries to pass it up top. It nearly goes over the half-court line, and then Faulkner controls it. Faulkner using the dribble drive. Norton on him. Tries to pass it out to Smith. Smith inside to Faulkner. He goes up for the layup off glass for 2, and it's good.
Somebody lost him. Nobody picked him up.
Faulkner nearly turned it over and then got lost in the sauce. Cartwright, 3 from the wing. That one too strong, no good. The first 3-point miss from the Knights. And now Watertown's going to get called for a travel on the rebound. So checking in for Watertown, they'll bring back in Cooper Heiser, and in for the Knights is Cade Moffitt and Hayden Muirhead. They come in for Arbogast and Makuska. Good, infectious energy on both sides of the court right now. OG gets their first chance to bring some subs off the bench.
And Muirhead, remember, he's 6'6", folks, if you didn't know that.
Muirhead's got the size advantage for sure over this Watertown team. Cartwright uses a Muirhead screen. They get it inside to Muirhead. Goes up off glass for 2, and it's good. Hayden Muirhead just too big for Watertown. Drove right inside. No shot contest from anybody. And it's 16-7. Drive inside by Faulkner. They're going to call a foul, however, on the shot attempt. They're going to give it to Okoye. It looked like he was trying to avoid contact the best he could. Caught him with a little bit too much body.
He was backing off there, but they still got him.
Faulkner's first free throw attempt is no good.
He's 72% from the line, too.
Second free throw on its way. Faulkner knocks it home. 16-8 Knights lead. 3:09 left here in the first quarter. Muirhead has it, passes it, and it's thrown away into the hands of number 20, Berner. Wyatt Berner gets the steal for the Watertown Arrows. Now passing it out. That's a deep three from Faulkner that hits nothing and goes straight out of bounds from the left wing. An air ball chant rings out from the O'Gorman student section. And now checking in for Watertown is Kale Stevenson. He's the 5'10 junior. He'll come in for Norberg, who came in and knocked down that three off the bench.
And Morris is back in, 24.
Morris has checked in as well.
Watertown doing a lot of subbing here.
Watertown trying to throw a lot of bodies at the Knights early to try to outwear them. Moffitt now has it across the half-court line. He'll go dribble inside, use a screen from McCoy, kick it back out to Cartwright. Cartwright has it, kicks it back to Moffitt. Moffitt goes dribble drive, passes over to Norton. Norton driving inside the paint, goes right up to the hoop and he knocks it home. Norton slicing and dicing his way right into the bucket. And the Knights lead by 10. Faulkner has it over now to Stevenson, who kicks it over to Morris. Thought about a three, and they'll kick it back out up top. Watertown dribbling around the perimeter. Back up top to Schmidt. Schmidt will go dribble drive inside. A nice hop gather step that's too long off the backboard, no good. Muirhead has it in transition. Muirhead goes inside, tries to lay one home. He almost dunked it in.
He was close, but he's going to go
and
to the
then
line
he got
for two.
Fouled and it rolled off the rim, so he'll head to the line for 2 free throws.
I like his thought, though, but in a situation like that, you got a guy right on your tail. You just take it up for the easy. Go to the layup. Don't choke. Don't go for it.
So Muirhead will step up to the line for 2 free throws. The Knights lead 18-8 here with 1:59 left in the first quarter. The Knights came out shooting the lights out of it, knocking down 4 threes in their first 5 possessions. Muirhead's first free throw is good. Now checking in for the Knights is Renshaw and Webbin. They're in for Okoye and Cartwright. So now the only starter on the floor is Norton. He's got 8.
So both teams. Rapid City Central's up 43-38, 4 minutes left over Brandon Valley. So we got a good game there. And
Muirhead's second free throw is good.
And Lincoln's in a big fight over there as well. So
Faulkner has it, Norton on him, right in front of the OG student section as they clap away. Once again, Watertown works around the perimeter. Faulkner is going to take a 3 from the corner, and he knocks it down. Design play there, a double screen freed up Faulkner in the corner, and he knocked down the triple. The lead's down to 9. Moffitt has it. He'll dribble over to the right side and hand it off to Renshaw, who quickly fires a 3. Too strong, no good. Tipped out by Muirhead, right into the hands of Norton, and his 3 is good! Zach Norton has 11 points here in the first quarter, and the Knights' lead is right back to 12. Now a 3 from the corner for Watertown, and it's good! That's Cooper Heiser, the senior, as he knocks down a triple from the corner. It is hot shooting performances from both teams right now from the three-point line. Norton, step back 3 from the corner. It's good!
Norton's on fire. That's 4 threes.
Norton shaking at the OG bench, almost saying he can't guard me. He's got 14 of their 26. Morris 3 from the corner, well off the mark, no good. Rebound goes to Norton. He'll dribble up and slow things down, get it over to Moffitt. Moffitt has it, and they'll slow it down here. 27 on the shot clock, 29 on the game clock. Knights work it around the perimeter. They lead by 12. Webbin has it, passes it inside to Muirhead. No foul called. They had Norton in the corner, who was hopping around the student section, knew he was open. They tried to get a pass inside to Muirhead on that high-low look. He jumped up, it tipped off his fingertips, and then he got bumped into by a guy from Watertown, and the ball went out of bounds, so it'll be a Watertown possession. 15 seconds left here in the first quarter. The Knights lead by 12, 26-14 over the Watertown Arrows. The 6-11 matchup in the SoDak 16. Watertown tries to squeak a pass behind, stolen by Renshaw. 5 seconds on the clock. Renshaw dribbling around at half court. He crosses over, kicks to Moffitt, fires a deep 3 at the buzzer, and it just hits off the back of the iron, no good. So that'll do it for the first quarter of action. The Knights lead 26-14 over the Watertown Arrows. You're listening to Real Presence Radio Network.
Ferendorf Family Chiropractic and Wellness is a third-generation chiropractic practice focusing on inspiring patients to take control of their personal health and the health of their families. Dr. Eric Ferendorf is a 99 O'Gorman alum and is a proud third generation of O'Gorman Cathedral High School graduate, following in the footsteps of his grandfather and uncle. Ferendorf Family Chiropractic and Wellness, formerly known as Village Chiropractic Clinic, is located on the northwest corner of 49th Street and Southeastern Avenue. You can reach them at 605-334-8000.
Real Presence Radio will be broadcasting an estimated 42 Sioux Falls O'Gorman girls and boys basketball games in the 2019-2020 season. Tune in to the RPR network on 94.5 FM Sioux Falls, online at yourcatholicradiostation.com, on our free mobile app, and on YouTube at Real Presence Radio Sioux Falls. If your business would like to sponsor our O'Gorman basketball broadcast and have your business's message heard across each of these platforms, contact me, Brett Byler, at 605-670-8333.
Welcome back to SoDak 16, O'Gorman versus Watertown, 26-14 as we start the second quarter, and this is a shootout, folks. Norton, 14 points in the first quarter. Isaac?
Norton's got 4 threes of his own. The teams have combined for 9 threes tonight already in the first quarter alone. So some hot shooting here at the O'Gorman gym as Schmidt tries to fire a 3 from the top of the key. No good. Rebound goes to Okoye, and O'Gorman will clear it.
And the starters are back in for the Knights.
Norton gets it over to Arbogast. He's going to pop back out for an opportunity, and now it's going to be stolen by Watertown in transition. Easy layup for the Arrows, and they get it for 2. Norton was going to get a screen to take another opportunity at a 3, and then he slipped on his footing, took a seat on the ground, and Watertown will now get another steal. So Watertown back-to-back steals, and now they'll come across the court. Schmidt has it. He'll pull it down and slow things out. Faulkner over to Schmidt now, back up top to Smith. Norberg has it now over to Schmidt. Schmidt with Makuska on him and now kicks it up top to Faulkner. Norton on Faulkner. They'll get it over to Schmidt again. Watertown working it around the perimeter. Now only 12 seconds on the shot clock. Schmidt takes a look at the shot clock, pulls it out to half court. He'll go use a screen from Norberg. Drives and kicks it out to Faulkner. Faulkner doesn't know what to do with it. Kicks it out. They're going to have to take a late 3 at the end of the shot clock. And it's good! It'll be a 2-point basket awarded to Watertown as the official runs to the scorer's table. That was Smith, who hit one right as the shot clock was winding down. The lead's down to 8. Arbogast kicks it over to Cartwright, over down to Norton. Norton has it looking inside to Okoye, and now Makuska has it. Makuska looks inside to Okoye, kicks it out to Norton instead. Now they finally get a touch inside to Okoye, who turns over his shoulder, finds Cartwright in the corner, and it's good for 3! Cartwright with his second triple, and the Knights lead by 11. My, oh my, are things hot. Heiser has it. He'll dribble over and pass it inside near the high post area to Smith, who kicks it back out to Faulkner. Now Norberg has it at the top of the key. 14 on the shot clock, and Watertown will pull it back out. That's Schmidt. He's going to use a screen. Instead, he'll go opposite. Drive, tough fading shot. It's blocked out of bounds by Cartwright. So 6 seconds left on the shot clock. Cartwright reached his long arms up there and took it away.
Straight up with it.
Into the game for the Knights is Muirhead and Moffitt. They come in for Makuska and Norton.
Yep.
Faulkner inbounds it to Schmidt. 4 seconds on the clock. Faulkner trips. Schmidt doesn't realize that there's only 2 seconds. Faulkner has to take a deep shot. It's well off the mark, and it's a shot clock violation. A little bit of confusion there from Dawson Schmidt. The 6'3 junior didn't realize that there was little time on the shot clock, and it caused a turnover on the possession there for the Arrows.
2 players now have fallen.
A little bit of a slippery court here, maybe from the hot shooting. Cartwright has it, now looks inside to Okoye. He does get it into him. Okoye turns over his shoulder, passes it out to Moffitt, and Moffitt looking in will now use a screen from Muirhead. He'll drive right side. Scoop shot by Moffitt goes. Moffitt cradled it like a baby and went up with the right hand. Laid it in off the window, and it's good for 2. Watertown has it. They swing it around the perimeter again. No one inside. It's just a 5-out motion offense from Watertown. Heiser fires a really deep 3 from the top of the key. Well off the mark, no good. Rebound goes to Cartwright. Cartwright passes it back to Moffitt, who takes a three from the top of the key. That one's off the mark, no good. Rebound, however, is chased down by Arbogast. They swing it around. Cartwright from the corner for three. It's good!
3 threes for Cartwright.
Cartwright knocks down his third, and the Knights lead 34-18. That'll be a full timeout taken by the Arrows. So with 4:33 left here in the second quarter, the Knights lead the Arrows 34-18. You're listening to Real Presence Radio Network.
Sioux Equipment Company can fix, sell, and repair gas pumps, tanks, and air compressors. They offer sales and services for lifts, signs, decals, and tank truck equipment in Sioux Falls and the surrounding areas. Sioux Equipment Company is located at 1310 East 39th Street in Sioux Falls, just off of East Benson Road. They can be reached by calling 605-334-1653. Again, that number is 605-334-1653.
Did you know you can listen to the RPR network when you're on the go? Just search for Real Presence Radio in your app store. Listen live to any station across the network at any time, so you can stay connected to your local community from wherever you are. Plus, if you miss a program, the Real Presence Radio app is your one-stop shop for local and national podcasts, including our signature show, Real Presence Live. The Real Presence Radio app, with you every step of your faith journey.
Welcome back to O'Gorman High School. Watertown will get ready to advance it across half court. They trail the Knights 34-18 in the SoDak 16 round between the 6 and the 11 seeds. Falconer has it on the right wing. His spins around. Tough shot. Blocked away by Moffitt, who then shouts to the O'Gorman bench with some enthusiasm. Wow. Wow. The Knights are playing some inspired basketball this evening.
They got to play smart, though. They can't get...
They have their largest lead of the night here at 34-18. Watertown works it around the perimeter. They kick it outside now. Falconer has it, Muirhead on him. They're going to call an offensive foul on number 20. That's Wyatt Berner. So Berner, the senior, picks up the offensive foul to kill the possession for the Arrows. Things are getting mighty interesting right now. If you're a Watertown Arrows fan, you're sitting on the edge of your seat, just hoping for something offensively right now. They also have not been able to match the intensity from O'Gorman on the defensive end, and O'Gorman's made them pay for it by knocking down, I don't even know how many triples by now.
8
triples in the early going. Norton looking inside to Muirhead. He'll finally get it over to him. Muirhead came out to the three-point line, fires it across court to Moffitt. Moffitt shuffled his feet as he caught it, and he traveled.
So 20.
Lincoln trails Rapid City Central by 2 with 4.7 seconds left, and they have the basketball.
Some close games, everybody said, and we know it. This 16's wide open.
That was Smith who hands it off to Falconer now. Falconer passes it back to Smith in the corner. 20 seconds on the shot clock. They pass it all the way to the top near the half-court line. That's Schmidt. Back to Falconer, who takes a deep three, and it's good. Evan Falconer, who's usually averaging 12.2 a game's got 11 already here in the first half for the Watertown Arrows. Falconer keeping them in it. They still trail by 13.
And Lincoln just got beat.
Okoye with a tough fadeaway shot, and he got it.
52-48. Rapid City Central defeats Sioux Falls Lincoln.
So an interesting end to the Lincoln Patriots season over there at their home gym. Okoye gives up the jump shot to number 14. That's Brandon Smith, who was trapped and then used a pivot foot to turn all the way around, get squared up to the hoop, and then knock down a tough jumper from the elbow. Good shot there by Smith. Norton dribbles inside. He got all alone, takes it right to the bucket, and he's got it for 2. Norton leads all scorers with 16.
I love how the Seas just split it for him right there. That was sweet.
The parting of the Red Sea.
Yeah.
Parting of the Purple Sea.
That's a good way of calling it.
Falconer gets it down to Morris, who has his pass tipped away by Muirhead. Muirhead will run the point in transition, gets it to Cartwright, kicks it over to Norton. He'll take a 3 from the left wing. That one's short as can be. Cartwright goes and makes an athletic save, throws it off of Morris out of bounds, and it'll stay with O'Gorman.
Wow, nice heads up. Smart basketball.
Watertown's coach screaming to go get that rebound as they kind of let it hang around inbounds for a second, and Cartwright came flying from the other block and then threw it off the legs of Morris and out of bounds. Cartwright uses a screen from McCoy. Fadeaway jumper from the free throw line. Off the mark, no good. Rebound is knocked out of bounds off Watertown. Two arrows collided as they reached for the same rebound.
Second
that
chance
was Schmidt and Faulkner who ran directly into each other, and then it bounced out of bounds off of Faulkner's hands. Webben inbounds it now to Okoye. Okoye turns over his left shoulder. He's going to be fouled immediately by Heiser. Watertown, for some reason, not liking that call.
So third
now
time's a charm. Third time's a
case.
charm. Gorman ball, third time underneath.
Okoye off the window for two.
He must have heard me, Isaac.
He must have. That basket was a nice shot there by Okoye. And now the Knights lead by 17, their largest of the evening. Webben's going to get called with a hold on the baseline as they try to drive past him.
40-23, Knights on top with 1:37 to go in the first half here in the SoDak 16.
My, oh my, has this been exciting.
Oh.
Schmidt kicks it out to the corner. Norberg takes another triple. In and out, no good. Rebound goes to Okoye, passes it to Moffitt, and they'll run in transition. Moffitt looked like he was going to pass it inside to Okoye. Then they launches a ball that went through the hands of Webben and then hit a little boy over there from the Watertown section as he smiles up and laughs it off.
School administrator goes over and Pat rubs his head. He's all right.
So Watertown trails here by 17. 1:20 left here in the second quarter. Schmidt has it up top, passes it over to... That three was off the mark. That was Heiser who took the three off. Offensive rebound by Watertown. Now Schmidt's going to drive inside. They're going to call a hold on Renshaw. So Renshaw's going to pick up his first foul of the evening. Schmidt thought about a step back three. Passes it over to Heiser. Heiser inside. And they're going to call Renshaw with another foul. They tried to force a pass inside to Stevenson. It was knocked off of both of their hands and out of bounds, but there's going to be a foul on Renshaw for a reach.
So that's the 15th foul for the Knights. 3 fouled for the Arrows this first half.
Watertown inbounds the basketball. That's Heiser now swinging it around the perimeter. Norberg's got it at the top of the key. A fresh 35 due to the fouls. As now they kick one to the corner. Heiser's got a standstill three all alone, and he buries it. Took the shot, walked down the court as he knew it was going in. They trail by 14. The Knights will hold here, try to slow things down. 34 seconds left in the half. Norton dribbles, step back, kicks it out to Okoye. Okoye takes a three from the left wing, and that is good. Okoye knocks down his first triple of the evening, and the Knights lead 43-26. So back-to-back triples, and we're right back at 17. Watertown will hold for the last shot of the half. Schmidt dribbles around the perimeter, kicks it over to Faulkner, who takes a really deep three just off the rim, no good. Rebound by Okoye, kicks it to Cartwright. A three at the corner, it goes!
Yes! Yes, it comes!
Jack Cartwright knocks down a three from about 30 feet. Okoye grabbed the rebound, launched it with one hand straight over to Cartwright, who just got across half court, banked in a three at the buzzer, and the Knights lead by 20.
Wow, folks.
So stick around for the Knights of Columbus Field Agent Jeff Gillen's halftime show. The Knights lead the Arrows by 20, 46-26 here at the break.
Oh, wow.
Do you have daily pain and discomfort that includes headaches, neck and back pain, and arm and leg numbness? Dr. Mark Hagan with Hagan Chiropractic Clinic provides gentle adjusting, x-ray evaluation, rehabilitation, and massage therapy to treat these symptoms. Hagan Chiropractic Clinic is located on 14th and Cliff, 6 blocks north of Avera Hospital.
Hi, this is Dr. Mark Hagan with Hagan Chiropractic Clinic. Don't say ouch, call me at 361-OUCH.
pregnant? One word, many emotions. Sioux Falls Catholic Family Services is ready to support you by providing free and confidential counseling to birth parents regardless of faith or ethnic origin. For more information, to speak with a pregnancy counselor, or to schedule an appointment, call Catholic Family Services at 605-988-3775 or email cfs@sfcatholic.org.
Your family is depending on you to provide financial security for them. The Knights of Columbus can help you with insurance solutions such as disability income, long-term care, both term and whole life, annuities, retirement, and estate planning services. Join the Knights of Columbus today at kofc.org/join us for access to all these insurance services. Call Jeff Gillen at 605-759-7204. That's 605-759-7204.
From the Real Presence Radio Network, welcome to the O'Gorman Knights Halftime Show, brought to you by your Knights of Columbus field agent for Sioux Falls and the Southeast South Dakota area, Jeff Gillen.
Okay, welcome back here to Sioux Falls, SoDak 16, halftime here of the game. O'Gorman Knights 46, Watertown Arrows 26. Jack Cartwright hit that three-pointer, and I'm going to say that was a prayer. I'll give him that.
That was a wonderful shot. I am honestly more impressed with Okoye grabbing that rebound and the initial instinct to turn over in a pivot and then launch the ball like a quarterback on a straight line to Cartwright at half court from his own block. Cartwright caught it, took one dribble, fired it, and it banks home. So that's where we are at halftime. The Knights have knocked down 10 threes in the first half.
But I like your analogy of the quarterback. You know,
Yep.
You like that? So
had to get my.
Isaac was the quarterback here for the Knights for a few years. So, right now Norton, we got leading right now with
Norton leads all scorers with 16. Cartwright's chipped in 12 of his own. Falconer leads Watertown with 11, and then Heiser chipped in 8 of his own. So a decent scoring output from Falconer right now, who's knocked down a couple triples, as well as Heiser, 2 from the corners each. But the Knights have been too much offensively for Watertown, not necessarily taking advantage of their size down low, but knocking down the triple. Like we said, 10 threes in the first half. I know Arbogast hit one. Cartwright's knocked down 3. 4. Cartwright has 4. Norton has 4 of his own. And then Okoye just hit one as well. So the Knights are knocking down shot after shot after shot from the perimeter.
And we talked about the height and stuff. So I look at that. Is that the height advantage? We have that. I look at the rebounds we're getting down here. Muirhead, Okoye, Cartwright, the rebounds are getting down here on defense and stuff. So
I want to give a quick shout out to Luke Ronzik, Cole Bruin, Evan Witry, who are watching this live from Arizona, probably on a spring break vacation.
Well, I hope it's warmer here in Arizona than in Arizona.
The gym is hot in here.
There's some 3 athletes right there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Now Luke last year, Cole Bruin great, and Evan Witry for football. I tell you what, 3 class guys right there, and it was fun watching them in high school. And hey, enjoy your spring break, but be careful, be safe. Been there, done that. So.
Oh, I'm sorry, folks. I'm laughing here. So right now, the biggest story, as we've mentioned a couple times already, has been the three-point shooting, not just for O'Gorman, but for both teams. Watertown's come in. They've spaced the floor with 5 out. They've knocked down a couple triples early on in the early going. But what's been the problematic for Watertown is when they're not making those threes, it's a one-and-done possession, and O'Gorman's coming down on the other end and then making their threes, which seems so simple that you should just make the 3 and you won't run into those problems. But right now, Watertown's just getting too many one-and-done opportunities on the offensive end. Not a lot of cutting inside. Points in the paint has got to be a high mismatch right now. But yeah, things have been going smoothly for the Knights, not as smoothly for the Arrows. They're going to need a nice 20-point comeback to send this even into overtime. But don't count out Watertown at all. This team can get hot from anywhere. They've traveled well. They'll have the crowd on their side for this second half. It should be a really fun second half.
So coming up next on our Inside O'Gorman segment, we'll go over the matchup to the first round of the AA Girls State Tournament. The ladies punched it yesterday, and find out what O'Gorman athlete just won a prestigious award. Stay with us. You're listening to Real Presence Radio.
Jardine Construction is a general contractor of custom homes, remodeling, and commercial construction. Jardine Construction works in close cooperation with project owners and customers when developing a plan for a building or home. Jardine Construction has lots available in Sioux Falls, Hartford, and Humboldt. John can be reached at 605-231-0830 and Tom at 605-261-6174.
Community. It's at the heart of everything we do at First Premier Bank and Premier Bank Card. From supporting area athletics to funding academic scholarships, we continually seek new ways to improve and strengthen communities we serve. At the heart of these communities are people, our customers, and our employees. We work hard to ensure our customers are successful and our communities thrive. It's the Premier way. It's what community banking is all about. First Premier Bank and Premier Bank Card. Locally grown, nationally known.
Welcome back to Sioux Falls for the Inside O'Gorman segment, and we're going to talk a little bit about the girls. They punched the ticket into the state AA tournament last night right here with the win over Douglas. Isaac, who do the Lady Knights going to play here at the state tournament?
So the Lady Knights will have the first game of action starting at 1 o'clock for the girls AA division, and they will face Sioux Falls Roosevelt. So they got a nice win over Huron at Huron by 12. The game was back and forth for a majority of it. And then Roosevelt finally pulled away right at the end there. So Gorman will have the 9th-seeded Roosevelt Rough Riders on the Premier Center floor at 1 p.m. And then on the other side of the bracket, the 2-seeded Rapid City Stevens Raiders will have the 7th-seeded Brandon Valley Lynx. That game is at the same time as well, except that one is in the Sioux Falls Arena. And then for the opponent, that if the Knights would win or lose, they would still play the winner or the loser of number 4-ranked Harrisburg and 5-seeded Yankton. Harrisburg, who knocked down Pierre in a pretty close game until the very end, 57-40, and Yankton over Rapid City Central. So Harrisburg and Yankton are the 4-5 matchup. And finally, to round out the night in the arena, Lincoln will play Sioux Falls, Washington. So two crosstown rivals will play at 5 p.m. in the Sioux Falls Arena. Lincoln knocked down Spearfish, and Washington defeated Mitchell in two pretty lopsided affairs over there. So Gorman, Roosevelt, Harrisburg, Yankton, and then on the bottom half, Lincoln, Washington, Stevens, Brandon Valley, and that's your girls AA state tournament.
And we got to talk about the prestigious award that was handed to one of the Gorman athletes yesterday, and that, you know, in the 35th year of honoring the nation's best high school athletes, the Gatorade Corporation announced that Emma Ronzik, Sioux Falls O'Gorman, it's a 2019-2020 Gatorade South Dakota Girls Basketball Player of the Year. She is the first Gatorade South Dakota Girls Basketball Player of the Year to be chosen from O'Gorman High School. And a lot of things that Emma does, we know she's the best player in the state and in the classroom and everything, but also she volunteers locally at the Bishop Dudley Homeless Shelter, the Prince of Pete's Retirement Center, and donates her time at Feeding South Dakota as well. So she's all around and a very class lady is Emma Ronzik, is the South Dakota Gatorade Player of the Year for South Dakota, and more deserving than her. I tell you what, it's just coming in, and we've said all year long she's the best girls player in the state, and we're going to the state tournament on the 19th. So Inside O'Gorman segment brought to you by Bishop O'Gorman Catholic Schools. Our 6 elementary schools, junior high, exemplify gospel values, strong student achievement, and community service. Each and every school dedicated to the mission of forming a community of faith and learning by promoting a Catholic way of life through gospel values and academic excellence. As you hear the school song playing in the background, let's get fired up. We'll be back for start of the second half. Stay with us on Real Presence Radio.
Value Visor helps people and businesses discover, improve, and get the value from their businesses. With multi-certified valuation and mergers and acquisition advisors, they understand the complexities of valuations and negotiating in the mergers and acquisitions marketplace. For more information, you can contact Jameson Rounds, Managing Partner of Value Visor, at 605-370-6931 or online at valuevisor.com. Real estate through Murphy Business, Dakota Lakes.
Welcome back to O'Gorman High School, where things are getting ready to start the second half here.
And tonight's halftime show, we got to get in for Jeff Gillen, Knights of Columbus field agent for Sioux Falls. Call Jeff at 759-7204, Knights of Columbus Insurance. Isaac?
O'Gorman will start the second half with the possession. Arbogast has it on the left wing. They lead by 20. Norton, 3 from the top of the key, rattles in and out. Rebound goes to Morris. And Watertown will get ready to have their first possession of the second half. They're going to need a monstrous second half here to come back in this one. But you can't count out anybody.
Oh, no, this game's
especially
far.
This 5-out motion. They can get hot from the perimeter, and this thing could be tied up in a heartbeat. There's going to be a foul on Makuska. I want to give a quick shout-out to some other Knights that I see across the gym. I see Brandon Fisher. He was a Knights player from last year's team that finished runner-up. Matt Cartwright, Riley Caton, 2 state championship members, and Jaron Zwagerman over on the right side. Coming out and supporting the Knights.
And the house is here.
And the house, Brady Beck.
Yes, the house is in the house.
So Watertown dribbling around the perimeter. Faulkner cuts inside. His layup does not go. He finishes it too short. O'Gorman gets the rebound. Cartwright has it, looking inside to Makuska, and they finally get it inside to Makuska. His layup off the rim, no good. He gets his own rebound and puts it right back up. Makuska goes off the glass. It was too strong, grabbed his own rebound. Nobody was home and put it right back up. Knights extend their lead to 22 now. Schmidt has it. He passes it over. That's a 3 from the top of the key. It's good by Smith. So Smith knocks down the triple, and now the Knights will come down the court in transition. Norton got tripped up, no foul called, and now Watertown will push it across half court. Faulkner has it on the left wing, kicks it up top to Schmidt. Schmidt will drive inside, kick it out to Heiser from the corner. That 3 off the rim, no good. Rebound goes to Morris, and now they kick it right back out to Heiser. His second triple off the front of the rim, no good. Norton waves away Arbogast and will bring it across the court himself. He now gets it to Cartwright, and they look inside to Coy, and will swing it back up top to Arbogast. Norton now has it on the right wing and passes it to the high post where Okoye is waiting. Kicks it out to Arbogast. His 3 is way too long, no good. Rebound bounces around, and it goes to Watertown. Schmidt grabs the board and pushes it up the right wing. Faulkner cuts inside. He gets the end one to fall. Took Arbogast off the dribble. Arbogast then fouled him. Actually, they're going to give that foul to Makuska, as Makuska came in at the last moment and got the foul. So Faulkner dribbles right down the right baseline off the window, bounced around the rim, hung on the top, the front of the rim for a second, and then fell. And now he gets his free throw to fall as well. Lead is down to 16. Watertown coming out with this energy as Arbogast gets it to Norton. Norton dribbling around, tough shot off the window, and he gets it to fall. Norton's got 18 to lead all scorers, and the Knights have it back up to 18. Heiser over to Faulkner. Faulkner, you'll use a Heiser screen. Comes off the dribble, step back, kicks it out now, and they'll work it around the perimeter. Inside now is Schmidt, who passes it across the court. They finally get it over to Heiser, who takes a 3, and it's good! Cooper Heiser knocks down the triple. Okoye was sprinting around, had to guard 2 people, got to Heiser at the last second with a good shot contest, and Heiser buried it anyway. Makuska looking around inside. He kicks it out to Cartwright. Up to the high post is Okoye, and now they swing it over to Norton. Norton calls for a ball screen. He'll now go dribble drive on the baseline. Kick it out to Okoye. Swings it to Cartwright. Looks inside. Cartwright passes it up to Arbogast. 10 on the shot clock. Makuska has it inside. Barrel Heiser down. Heiser got drilled in the mouth, and he's bleeding pretty seriously.
Oh, yep.
So Heiser took a knee to the mouth as he hit the deck.
Ouch.
It's going to be an injury timeout. Hopefully he's all right. The trainers are right on top of that, bringing the equipment that they need to assess this injury.
And both teams will go to the bench.
So we'll take a 30-second timeout due to the injury from Cooper Heiser. Hopefully he's all right. Just took a knee to the mouth with some blood on the court. So action will slow down here. The Knights lead 50-35 with 4:50 left in the third quarter.
Real Presence Radio is now on Amazon devices. To listen to your station, just ask Alexa to enable the Real Presence Radio skill and use a phrase like,
Alexa, tell Real Presence Radio to play Sioux Falls.
Or,
Alexa, ask Real Presence Radio to play FM 94.5.
You can also visit the Alexa Skills Marketplace and search for Real Presence Radio to enable it. Listen to RPR anytime, anywhere, now on your Amazon devices.
So Heiser gets to his feet, and the crowd cheers him on as he walks over to the bench. He's got some gauze in his mouth to stop the bleeding.
And Heiser's got 11 points of the night for the Arrows.
Hopefully he's all right and can maybe come back into this contest, but right now they got to stop the bleeding and probably evaluate, see if there's any further damage. They're mostly just trying to clear up the blood inside of his mouth. They were trying to look around, and he was rolling on the ground in some pain. Good training staff, however, from the O'Gorman Knights looks like he's going to be okay as they're assessing him over on the bench. So Watertown will have the possession here. Faulkner over to Schmidt. Schmidt dribbles around the perimeter, looks back up top to Smith. Smith goes crossover dribble with Muirhead in, and Muirhead tries to pin it off the backboard. Smith got it high enough arch off the glass, and it's good for two. The lead's down to 13, and Watertown is right back in this. Cartwright inside to Okoye. Okoye turns over to Muirhead, who lays it home. Thought he was going to jam it down. Instead, he just lays it in, and the lead's at 15. Faulkner has it, looking to the corner now. Stevenson kicks it back up to Smith. Smith over to Faulkner, and Faulkner will dribble around. Passes it up top to Schmidt. Schmidt has it, 15 on the shot clock, and they work it around the perimeter again. Faulkner has it. 10 seconds on the clock. He takes a deep three from the top of the key. It's no good. Rebound goes to Muirhead, who started to dribble, immediately turned around and handed it off to Arbogast. Arbogast walks it across half court, gets it over to Cartwright, passes it to Muirhead. Muirhead looking inside the high-low to Okoye, will now hand it back to Cartwright. Cartwright up top to Arbogast, and the Knights will slow things down offensively. Cartwright has it, looks up to the high post. They get an entry inside to Muirhead that was tipped away by Schmidt, and now Schmidt will start the fast break. Watertown then will slow things down. They kick it out to Faulkner. He'll take a deep three off the front of the rim. No good. Rebound goes to Okoye, and Arbogast will slowly walk it across half court. Yelling out 4. Don't want to give this play away here, but look for a backdoor layup.
They got to trying to get it inside.
They'll now work it around. Watertown playing good defense. Norton's going to be fouled by number 22. That's Kale Stevenson.
Now they're taking Heiser to the training room.
So Heiser will jog off the court. They'll slow the action down as he's still got that gauze in his mouth. Hopefully he's all right. No teeth have been lost in the process.
That would be sad. That would be sad.
Cartwright out up top to Okoye. Okoye over to Norton. And Norton waves out Arbogast from the block. He'll use a screen, otherwise pulls it back out to Muirhead. Muirhead drives inside. He finishes at the top of the rim. Muirhead caught it at the three-point line, took 2 dribbles, and finished over everybody. He's got 8 on the night, and the Knights' lead is back up to 17. Quick math tonight for Mr. Struck as he's announcing here due to last night's confusion on whether it was a 30 or a 40-point lead.
Oh. And Watertown coach didn't like that.
Schmidt gets it out up top to Stevenson, who swings it around to Norberg. Morris and Moffitt getting ready to check in for both teams. Faulkner dribbles, tough shot by Faulkner. It rolls around the rim, and it's good. Faulkner dribbled with his left hand, spun over to his right, and hit a hook shot from about the elbow. It rolled off the front of the rim, off the backboard, and back in. Cartwright out to Norton. Norton looks inside to Okoye. He's got Faulkner on him, turns over his shoulder, passes to Arbogast. They swing it around quickly to Cartwright. Back up to Norton. Norton, step back 3. It's good. Zach Norton knocks down the step back 3. He's got 21 on the night to lead all scorers and his 5th triple of the evening. Norberg over to Smith. Smith back over to Norberg. Watertown once again in this 5-out motion, working it around. Now they get it inside of the high post. Smith turns over and passes it back up top. Schmidt's got it 13 on the shot clock. Falconer now has it. He'll use a Schmidt screen. Behind his back dribble to create some separation. They're going to call a foul on Cartwright. So Cartwright's going to pick up his first foul. It'll be the third team foul, for the Knights.
Okay, Moffitt's in for Arbogast. Webbin's in for Okoye. Minute 19 in the third, 57-39. Watertown will have the ball underneath their basket.
Falconer inbounds it, and now will come off of a screen and then a dribble drive inside, and the shot was blocked off the backboard by Muirhead, so Smith's going to get the goaltending points to fall, and now they're going to take a 30-second timeout. So Watertown will take a 30-second timeout. We'll keep it right here. I will read a message brought to you by the South Dakota High School Activities Association. What do basketball, choir, drama club, and marching band all have in common? They are all high school activities that offer learning opportunities not necessarily found in the classroom. They take up just a fraction of a typical South Dakota high school budget, and they go a long way to giving young people the tools they need to thrive. High school activities, they are more than extracurricular. They are an extra important too. This message was presented by the South Dakota High School Activities Association and the South Dakota Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
That's a long sentence, isn't it, Isaac?
Mouthful.
57-41, minute 14 to go. Watertown is taking their third timeout. They have 2 timeouts left. O'Gorman has 5 here, minute 14 to go in the third.
Scores from around the state as they've been updated. Yankton leads 52-28 over Sturgis in Yankton with 1 minute left in the third quarter. Douglas trails Huron by 14 at the end of the first half. Brandon Valley got a win over the Aberdeen Central Golden Eagles, 52-34.
And we mentioned Lincoln got beat. I think it was 52-48 by Rapid City Central. So Lincoln, good team this year.
Cartwright will get ready to break it across half court as they swing it around and break the press from Watertown. Webbin throws it away to the Arrows. They'll bring it across half court. Smith inside, tough floater goes.
Here's a full press again. They're going to press hard now.
Brandon Smith, usually averaging around 9.5 per game, has 13 so far. The lead has been cut down to 14. Cartwright has it at the top of the key. He dribbles over and hands it to Webbin. Webbin looks inside to Okoye. Will get it to Cartwright instead. He's all alone for an elbow jumper, and he buries it. Cartwright was shocked at how open he was, kind of hesitated for a second, then realized there was no one around him and fired the shot from the elbow. Knights lead 59-43, 20 seconds left here in the third quarter. Schmidt dribbles around at the top of the key, passes over to Falconer, takes a deep three right in front of the Watertown bench. It's off the mark, no good. Rebound, bouncing around, winds up in the hands of Watertown. They get another chance at a shot here. 6 seconds left. They get it over to the corner. Morris for 3. It's off the rim, no good. Rebound goes to Okoye. Not sure how he didn't get fouled. And they're going to
call it off.
So the clock expires. No fouls called there at the end. There's a couple bodies bouncing around. So at the end of 3, the Knights lead the Arrows 59-43 here in the SoDak 16 6 and 11 seed matchup at O'Gorman High School. You're listening to Real Presence Radio Network.
At McGuire Iron, we protect and store quality water for people and communities across the country. We are family owned and operated and have been building and maintaining America's water tower infrastructure for over 100 years. We pride ourselves on using faith principles in our business practices every day. This deep faith in the church is why we support the Bishop O'Gorman Catholic School System. From all of us at McGuire Iron and the Jones family, we wish all O'Gorman students and student athletes good luck this year.
Did you know you can listen to the RPR network when you're on the go? Just search for Real Presence Radio in your app store. Listen live to any station across the network at any time, so you can stay connected to your local community from wherever you are. Plus, if you miss a program, the Real Presence Radio app is your one-stop shop for local and national podcasts, including our signature show, Real Presence Live. The Real Presence Radio app, with you every step of your faith journey.
Welcome back to Sioux Falls. You're listening to Real Presence Radio. KGWD 94.5 FM, KFTJ 91.3 FM, Sioux Falls, Hartford.
Watertown just came down on the offensive end, and Faulkner hit a fadeaway three from the corner, so the lead's down to 13. O'Gorman breaks the press. Arbogast has it up top. He'll hold and pass it over to Cartwright. Cartwright looking inside. He'll now dribble inside, kick it back out to Makuska around the three-point line. Norton goes dribble drive inside, gets stuck, kicks it out to Makuska, who fires it over to Arbogast right inside to Okoye. Spins over the left shoulder. Okoye's shot is up and good. Okoye's got 11 on the night. A tough fadeaway hook shot by Okoye falls. Faulkner drives inside. He got fouled by Norton, so Faulkner will step up to the line for 2 shots here.
And Heiser's back on the bench now. He just came out.
The Arrows trail by 15, so they're going to need at least 15 points more than OG scores this quarter as the free throw is off the mark.
And Faulkner, he's 72%. He's missed a couple tonight.
Faulkner has a chance to break the 20 mark with his second free throw, and he does. Faulkner has 20 for Watertown to lead them in scoring, and Norton's got 21 to lead all players in scoring and OG. Makuska dribbling around inside, kicks it back out to Norton. The Knights passing it around up top. Arbogast has it on the left wing, kicks it over to Makuska, who dumps it inside to Okoye. Okoye spin move off the glass. It rolls around no good. Rebound bounces around into the hands of Faulkner. They push up the floor. That's Morris on the left wing. Kicks it back up top. And now they'll work it around to Schmidt. Schmidt dribble drive inside. Throws a backdoor pass, no look. And there's going to be a foul called on Cartwright for the hold before the pass. That pass was excellent and wound up in the hands of Berner, who about had the chance to go up for it before the whistle blew.
And Heiser's back in now.
So Heiser returns to the game for Watertown. Schmidt has it, hands it off to Faulkner. He takes a deep three. That's off the mark to the right. Rebound goes right back to Watertown. Heiser comes in and launches a three, and he buries it.
And
so Cooper Heiser comes right back in and then buries a three from the corner. After being injured in the third quarter, his first possession results in a three to cut the lead to 11. Okoye has it inside. Okoye turns over his left shoulder and he gets it to go. Okoye's got some of Heiser's blood on the back of his jersey.
I noticed that, but they haven't said anything.
Heiser out to Morris. Thought about a three. He'll now dribble around up top, get it over to Faulkner. Faulkner has it. They trail by 13. 5:52 left here in the fourth quarter. Faulkner, tough, contested shot. Rolls around off the rim, no good. However, there's going to be a foul on the Knights. 6 fouls to 1 here in the second half. The Knights pick up their 6th. So Faulkner will head to the line where he was just at, went 1 for 2.
Muirhead's first. And now they're talking about looks like Heiser's got blood on him. They're wiping it off and stuff, so they're spraying Okoye down the back of his jersey and stuff.
Can never be too cautious.
Nope.
Action has come to a lull here.
5:49 left in regulation, 63-50. Watertown will be shooting
They're going to force Okoye to, I believe, take his jersey off if they can't get this blood cleared. So Costello.
Now Roby called.
So they're going to call. They're going to force the Knights here to take a timeout. Just a 30 seconds, so we'll keep it right here. So if you're just joining us or you've been following along scores on Argus Leaders Twitter or any updates that you've seen come the way from that SD Scores app, you've been missing an exciting one that had a lead up to 20 for the Knights, and Watertown has not gone away in the second half. They've been chipping away and chipping away. It's down to 13. It was at 11. The OG Knights started off the first half with 10 three-pointers. It was raining shots from the perimeter for both teams. So John Costello on the bench for the Knights just ran and grabbed his jersey in case if he needed to hand it off to Okoye to finish this one. However, they're going to let Okoye return to action. Okoye had some blood of his own on his elbow that just got taped up. Faulkner's free throw off the mark, no good. So Faulkner misses the first of 2 free throws, which he did the exact same thing the last opportunity at the line. So Faulkner's left a couple points on the board for Watertown. He makes his second. Muirhead has it, tries to pass it to a cutting Okoye, who would have more than likely thrown some down with authority.
I saw that coming. I saw him shooting on the right-hand side, coming down the lane over there. That had the student section erupt.
There's going to be a foul on Watertown here.
Stevenson, his second.
Checking into the game for the Arrows is Smith. He returns to action. Smith, I believe, he has 13 on the night for the Arrows.
On the court is Okoye, Cartwright, Arbogast, Norton, Muirhead.
Cartwright dribbles it across half court, passes it over to Norton, looks inside to Okoye. Will now pull it out and hand it off to Muirhead, who swings it around to Cartwright. Knights pass it around the perimeter. Everybody touches it. Arbogast drives inside. He's going to be fouled as he drove to the bucket. Only the second team foul of the half for Watertown, so it'll be possession underneath the basket on the left side of the hoop. Arbogast inbounding. Gives it to Okoye at the free throw line, who spins around. His shot was blocked out of his hand out of bounds by Smith.
Nice
It'll
move.
stay here with the Knights.
It's right below us.
The Knights will now swap sides of the basket to inbound it from. Muirhead will inbound this time. Couple screen set, frees up Norton in the corner. Norton now drives on the baseline. Step back, fadeaway jumper from Norton, too long. Rebound goes to Muirhead, who goes up for 2. His shot then missed as he let it go and then ended up grabbing the rim after he had let it go. And they're going to call a charge as Reese Arbogast just took a big charge.
And he did. He put his elbow out, pushed Reese off, so. That's his first for Schmidt. 14 foul for the Arrows, 6 for the Knights.
So
here,
Makuska returns to action for Muirhead. 12-point lead for the Knights. Arbogast gets ready to dribble it across half court. He's going to be trapped by Watertown, kicks it back up to Cartwright. Cartwright has it at the top of the key. Watertown is playing some tough man defense right now. Arbogast on the dribble drive, step behind the back, step back, passes over to Cartwright, whose 3 is good. Jack Cartwright with a big 3, and the Knights lead by 15.
We had a little dry spell there.
Keeping it at an arm's length. That was one of the keys to the day, was making sure that they didn't have any dry spells. Okoye with the steal, then acrobatically throws it behind his back to keep it in bounds. Norton dribbles inside on the fast break, lays it off the window, and it's good.
68-51, under 4.5 in regulation.
Leads back up to 17, 4:18 left here in the fourth quarter. Schmidt passes it over to Stevenson, who drives inside, lays it off the window. It's too strong, no good. Rebound goes to Cartwright, and Arbogast will bring it across half court. Watertown has got to get going now. Arbogast has it, kicks it to Norton. He fires a 3 from the corner. That one's too long, no good. Rebound goes to Heiser. Heiser will bring it across half court. Starts the fast break, gets it over to Falk, and it's no good. The 3 there by Faulkner. Rebound, however, goes to Smith inside, whose shot does not fall. The putback opportunity doesn't fall. Watertown looking a little bit gassed offensively and
you hear that whistle.
Roby tells them to slow it down. They've got a 17-point lead here with just 3:30 left is all. Roby now calls a timeout. Looks a little frustrated with the boys. It'll be a 30-second timeout, so we'll keep it right here. So if you are just joining us, or you have been following along on the scores and now decided to join us, or been listening along and just want to recap, the Knights used 10 3-pointers to take a 20-point lead heading into the half. Watertown came out guns a-blazing in the third quarter, cut it to 11. It's been around 11 points, 12 points, 13 points, then all of a sudden it was 9, and now it's back up to 17. And O'Gorman has 3 minutes and 30 seconds with a 17-point lead to punch their ticket to state. Then Watertown has just the amount of time to try to score 17 more points than O'Gorman does here to punch their ticket to state.
Okay, you take let's just add this up. You take Coy, Cartwright, and Norton. How many points do you think the three of them combined have?
Oh, with the amount of threes they've been hitting, it's at least 40 plus.
53.
53 points combined from your top scorers offensively for the Knights. They'll slow things down, hand it off to Arbogast, who stands alone, now guarded by Stevenson. Passes over to Norton, 12 on the shot clock. He'll use a double ball screen as he comes off the screen, dribbles inside, turns around, passes it out to Okoye. He dribbles inside, kicks it down low to Makuska. Off the window, no good. Rebound, bounces around out of bounds.
Nice look, though. They got a nice look at that.
It was a good look inside. Didn't result in any points. So Watertown's got to go quickly here, trailing by 17. You need to get hot from the perimeter. That's something that you can't have. Makuska just fouled Schmidt, so he'll send Schmidt to the line for a 1-on-1 opportunity. I just got to look at Heiser's mouth. He's got a Band-Aid and some gauze.
And his mouth is full of cotton.
His mouth is full of cotton. He's got a Band-Aid across the side of his face, barely even able to open his mouth, but he's still trucking along here.
That's an athlete.
With 14 points for Watertown. Not only to mention that he came in on the first possession and hit a fadeaway three.
Oh, that was a sweet move.
So Schmidt knocks down the first of the 1-on-1 opportunity. The lead's down to 16. Just 3 minutes left is all in the fourth quarter. Second free throw off the mark, no good. Rebound goes to Makuska and the Knights, and he'll pass it back to Cartwright. Cartwright over to Arbogast, and he'll be able to bring it across half court. Arbogast gets it up top to Cartwright. Cartwright passes it to Norton in the corner. Standalone three from the wing, and it's good. Roby shakes his head, saying that's not the shot we necessarily wanted. But Norton now has 26 points on the evening. Step back three from Heiser is good.
You see the arch on that shot?
Heiser hits a step back three over Okoye. And now the Knights will push the tempo to Makuska. Back out to Okoye. It was then stolen. Makuska gets it back. Norton fires a three from the corner. It's off the mark, no good. Roby claps his hand in disappointment at that possession. The lead's down to 16. Schmidt has it. Dribble between his legs, behind his back. Out to Heiser, who's going to be fouled on a three by Okoye. Okoye's going to pick up his second foul. It'll send Heiser to the line for 3 free throws.
And Roby wanted to work the clock more. He didn't want to take that quick shot. I mean, you got to work that clock right now. It's 71:55, 2:15 to go. You want to work that clock. Work that 30 seconds down every possession. I can see why Roby's a little upset right now.
So Heiser will step up to the line for 3 free throws.
If he makes the next 2, that's possession. That could be a 5-point play.
Second free throw around the rim and no good.
Okay, Moffitt's in now for Makuska. 3 timeouts left for the Knights, 2 for the Watertown Arrows.
Tension in the atmosphere here as O'Gorman trying to hold on to the victory and Watertown trying to do all they can to climb back into this one and either win it at the buzzer or send it into overtime. Second free throw is good. A timeout will be taken by Watertown. It's a 30-second timeout, so we'll keep it right here.
Oh, like you said, you see the tension in the air. It's like, and every possession has to count for the Knights right now. They have to execute every possession. Work that clock. 2:15 to go. 71-57 lead. Work that ball around and use up that clock and execute with the basket.
Absolutely. So with 2:15 left, the Knights lead by 14, 71-57. It's been an offensive explosion for the Knights today. They've been raining threes from the perimeter. A quick scoreboard update. Huron leads Douglas 61-40 in Huron at the end of the third quarter. And Yankton, the last time I checked, the Yankton Bucks do get a victory over the Sturgis Brown Scoopers, 65-39 in Yankton. So the number 1 team in the state has punched their ticket to Sioux Falls, the state tournament.
So right now, Brandon Valley's punched their ticket. Rapid City Central has punched their ticket. Sioux Falls, Washington has punched their ticket. And we're waiting for 2 minutes and 15 seconds here for the Knights to punch our ticket to the state. So that's... The other games are going on, and don't go away, folks. This is a barn burner right here. This is getting tense in here. Crowd's getting a little nervous. Roby is nervous like I am. He's got to be.
I'll pull a Dan Johnson here and say, get out your rosaries.
Thank you. I was going to go to that.
The Knights try to break the press. They get it to Moffitt. Moffitt will dribble up, pass it to Cartwright, across to Arbogast, who's going to get called for the offensive foul. A charge call goes against Arbogast. Roby is irate.
It was right in front of him. He's pleading his case, but the ref said no.
Flashbacks to my senior year's SoDak 16 game. I remember Riley Caton was dribbling the ball right in the same spot there and got called for an offensive charge when we led by 2 points with like 16 seconds left against Sturgis. That was just same spot, same location, same situation. It was just However, Watertown shot off the mark, no good. Rebound goes to the Knights, and then in transition, Okoye's going to get a freebie layup on the other end. The lead is at 16. Watertown's going to need to rattle off a bunch of three-pointers here in the final minute. Heiser drives on the baseline. He's going to be fouled by Okoye, so that'll send Heiser to the line for a 1-and-1 opportunity. The final 1-and-1 for Watertown. Actually, it's going to be double bonus. The scoreboard had not updated by then. I was tricked by our scoreboard. This is the last game that we get to feature these guys, so I want to give a quick shout-out to the board down there. The starting five is Vinny Olson, Sue Summervold, Tim Burns. Joey Ingeman is running the stat board today for Jacob Tupper, who's on vacation, and Rick Lynch rounds out the five at the announcer. Heiser's free throw is up and good.
And here's another fun fact from our producer. 73 points, most we've scored any game this year.
That's true. The only other game that was close was the Mitchell game. Heiser's second free throw off the mark, no good. Rebound goes to Cartwright. Cartwright holding it at the baseline, has to throw it to Okoye, who then gets ready to advance it to Norton. He's going to get another free layup. And the Knights get an even bigger lead. A Start the Buses chant has rung out from the OG student section. Just a minute left here. Watertown trying to do all they can. Shot no good. Rebound goes to the Knights. Now let's play football chant coming from the student section. Cartwright is going to be fouled by Heiser, and that will just about do it.
Not yet. Okay.
So Colbeck and Hardy getting ready to check in for the Knights. The Knights are going to take they're just going to sub in and out here. So Cartwright, not sure who Moffitt gets ready to exit.
I think he's going to take a full timeout.
So Roby will take a full timeout. So with 1:04 left, the Knights lead 75-58. We'll take a 30-second commercial break here. You're listening to Real Presence Radio Network.
Real Presence Radio is now on Google Assistant devices, including Google Home, phones, tablets, and smart displays. To start this action, say something like, "Okay, Google, talk to Real Presence Radio." It will then ask what station you want to play, to which you can respond, "Play Sioux Falls," or "Play AM 970," or "Play WWEN. From there, you can use words like play, pause, and stop. Listen to RPR anytime, anywhere, now on Google Assistant devices.
Welcome back to O'Gorman High School, where the Knights are clinging to a 75-58 lead.
1:04 to go here.
And into the game for the Knights is number 20, Cole Hardy, and number 5, Jack Colbeck.
So we got all seniors in.
They get it to Colbeck. Colbeck's going to use a screen from Okoye. Okoye passes it over to Cartwright. Cartwright back up top to Okoye. Gets it over to Colbeck. Colbeck out to Norton. Norton looks inside to Okoye. Bounce pass to Cartwright behind the back. That was a pretty pass by Okoye. The lead is 19, and that will just about do it.
Oh, that will. Nail's starting to drive.
Morris, three from the corner, no good. Offensive rebound goes to the Arrows. Now Heiser takes a deep three. That one's an air ball. Rebound goes to Hardy.
And we got a timeout. He wants to get the subs in. Watertown's going to put some subs in as well. Okay, 44, Cousin Eddie Myler's in. 31, Harry Huners is in. 30, Joe Lynch is in.
So the seniors from both squads take a seat on the bench for the final time here for those Arrows seniors and for the last time at home for the Knights.
And Michael Shea's in, number 24. And the senior stays out, Colbeck.
Michael Shea will just dribble the ball out at half court. Passes it over to Lynch. No shot clock, so they'll just hold it here to end this one. 8 seconds left. Colbeck will hold out the final possession, and the buzzer has sounded. And the Knights have just defeated the 11th-seeded Watertown Arrows at home to punch their ticket to the state tournament.
Oh, we're going to the state tournament again. This is great. Double.
Woo! Now everyone can breathe, take a seat, relax, kick back.
So stay with us. We'll be back. As we wrap it up here, we're going to have the award presentation. The guys are going to cut the nits, and hopefully Coach Roby will be up. You're listening to Gorman Basketball on Real Presence Radio.
Your family is depending on you to provide financial security for them. The Knights of Columbus can help you with insurance solutions such as disability income, long-term care, both term and whole life, annuities, retirement, and estate planning services. Join the Knights of Columbus today at kofc.org/join us for access to all these insurance services. Call Jeff Gillen at 605-759-7204. That's 605-759-7204.
Real Presence Radio will be broadcasting an estimated 42 Sioux Falls O'Gorman girls and boys basketball games in the 2019-2020 season. Tune in to the RPR network on 94.5 FM Sioux Falls, online at yourcatholicradiostation.com, on our free mobile app, and on YouTube at Real Presence Radio Sioux Falls. If your business would like to sponsor our O'Gorman basketball broadcast and have your business's message heard across each of these platforms, contact me, Brett Byler, at 605-670-8333.
Hi, John Fritch Benefits. The people we work with have two goals. Number one, they don't want to run out of money. Number two, whatever is left, they want it to go to the people they love. Could be issues like Social Security claiming, Medicare choices, even asset allocations for your 401k, or you may want to treat your church like one of your children. If you want to talk about any financial issues, you can call me, John Fritch, 334-8086.
Investment advice offered through IMS Wealth Management, an SEC registered advisor.
Do you have daily pain and discomfort that includes headaches, neck and back pain, and arm and leg numbness? Dr. Mark Hagan with Hagan Chiropractic Clinic provides gentle adjusting, x-ray evaluation, rehabilitation, and massage therapy to treat these symptoms. Hagan Chiropractic Clinic is located on 14th and Cliff, 6 blocks north of Avera Hospital.
Hi, this is Dr. Mark Hagan with Hagan Chiropractic Clinic. Don't say ouch, call me at 361-OUCH.
From the Real Presence Radio Network, welcome to the O'Gorman Knights Locker Room Show, brought to you by Dr. Mark Hagan with Hagan Chiropractic Clinic. Now, back to the gym.
Welcome back to O'Gorman High School, where the Knights just punched their ticket to the state tournament over the Watertown Arrows, 77-58. That is the Knights' highest point total of the season, coming right at the perfect time as they advance to the state tournament.
Seventh
commanding fashion.
7th straight year.
It must be good to be an O'Gorman Knight.
Oh, it's wonderful to be a Knight. Here we go.
So now the fans will mob the players as they have punched their ticket. Watertown watching as the Knights receive their district medals and now the plaque. Their state qualifying plaque, excuse me.
That's wonderful. This is awesome. And well deserved. I mean, let's recap a little bit about there's Monsignor Barnett.
So the Knights today came out and shot the lights out of the ball early and often. Zach Norton led the way with a career-high 28 points as he had how many threes? Let's check here. He had six three-pointers. So Zach Norton led the way with 6 3-pointers for the Knights, had 28 points. But Watertown was hanging in there as even though the score was around 15 pretty much the whole game. Faulkner chipped in 21 and Heiser chipped in 20 of their own. So 41 points combined out of those two guys out of their 58 in total. Watertown wraps up the season with a loss today, but a fantastic finish to the season for them. They had a couple signature wins over some top-ranked teams, so a fun season for them, and we wish them all the best for next season. Congrats to those seniors who played their final game.
Coach Roby's getting a hug from his grandson.
the Knights are getting ready to cut down the net here. So I'm going to take a quick look at some of the final scores that have happened across the state or that are going final here. So 1 second as I pull
But a
this
combined
up.
62 points for the 3 seniors tonight. I mean,
So
that's
a fantastic final game for those seniors. So Yankton defeated Sturgis, Washington over Spearfish, Rapid City Central knocked off Sioux Falls Lincoln, O'Gorman over Watertown, as you've just witnessed. Harrisburg is trailing number 5 seeded Rapid City Stevens out in Rapid, 18-14 at the end of 1. Huron handling Douglas 72-44 in the fourth quarter. Brandon Valley punched their ticket over Aberdeen with a 4-point win. And the final game, Mitchell and Roosevelt getting underway at Sioux Falls Roosevelt.
okay. We talk about the 3-point. You know that in your 12 years of basketball, the 3-point makes or breaks you. Tonight,
absolutely,
it made you.
Yeah, and
how many total points for the threes tonight?
39 total points off of a 3-point shot. So usually, we've seen throughout the season, O'Gorman's kind of struggled from the 3-point line percentage-wise. They take a lot of threes. And they haven't necessarily been falling at all points of the season. And then tonight, everything was falling and not a whole lot was missing early on. So it was a really fun game to watch. Everything kind of get put together at the right time. They're finally hitting their stride, going into the state tournament, playing their best basketball. A final win here at home for the seniors. Congratulations to them on their career at O'Gorman High School as they get ready to finish their final 3 games of their basketball career. For a couple of them, a couple others moving on to play some college basketball. But it was such a fun environment here. Shout out to the Watertown faithful who made the trip to Sioux Falls. They brought a couple fan buses. They had a ginormous student section. It was a really fun environment.
It was fun. It was intense. It was electrifying. How's that for that? It doesn't get any better than this. But we got 6 games left. We got 3 girls, 3 boys. See if we can repeat from
the Knights,
3 years ago.
The Knights will get ready to face the winner of that Sioux Falls Roosevelt Mitchell game at 7 p.m. in the Sioux Falls Arena, where the final action of the day is between our game, and then it would be the 4-5 matchup, which would be between Washington, and then the winner of that Stevens and Harrisburg game.
Now, if Roosevelt wins tonight, the team now and all the fans are going to kneel and say a little prayer here. Wouldn't be something. The girls are going to play Roosevelt. If the boys win, would there be something if we play Roosevelt both games on Thursday?
That would be interesting. The last time we played Roosevelt was at Rapid, and we beat them in the same. Wasn't it the same 3-6 seeding from last year's state tournament? We'll take a break here, not a break. Excuse me. We'll pause for a moment of silence. OGs saying their prayer, a Mary Queen of Victory, pray for us chant. And now the Knights will get ready to cut down the nets here at O'Gorman High School. A well-rounded basketball game for the Knights, one of their best of the season, punching their ticket to state. So now both teams, the girls and the boys, head into the state tournament in Sioux Falls here. That kicks off March 19th, I believe, is the official start date. The Lady Knights play their first game of the day for the girls' side, and then the boys will play the final game for the boys' side. So Cartwright gets ready to take down the first link of the net.
Let's take a break. We'll come back. We'll give you player of the game. We'll wrap it up. Maybe Coach Roby will make it up. You're listening to O'Gorman Basketball as they advance to the state tournament with a win 77-58 on Real Presence Radio.
Sioux Equipment Company can fix, sell, and repair gas pumps, tanks, and air compressors. They offer sales and services for lifts, signs, decals, and tank truck equipment in Sioux Falls and the surrounding areas. Sioux Equipment Company is located at 1310 East 39th Street in Sioux Falls, just off of East Benson Road. They can be reached by calling 605-334-1653. Again, that number is 605-334-1653.
Did you know you can listen to the RPR network when you're on the go? Just search for Real Presence Radio in your app store. Listen live to any station across the network at any time, so you can stay connected to your local community from wherever you are. Plus, if you miss a program, the Real Presence Radio app is your one-stop shop for local and national podcasts, including our signature show, Real Presence Live. The Real Presence Radio app, with you every step of your faith journey.
Welcome back to O'Gorman High School. The Knights just punched their ticket to state. with a win over the Watertown Arrows. Now we'll go to our Pizza Ranch player of the game. This one is a no-brainer. Zach Norton is our Pizza Ranch player of the game. Chipped in 28 points tonight, a career high for him, a season high for all Knights this season. 28 points, 6 3-pointers he knocked down. He played some exceptional defense. So Zach Norton is our Pizza Ranch player of the game.
The Knights Pizza Ranch player of the game is brought to you by Pizza Ranch and Fun Zone Arcade on 41st Street here in Sioux Falls. Pizza Ranch is a proud sponsor of Bishop O'Gorman Catholic Schools and Real Presence Radio. And Reese Arbogast now well-deserved cutting the net. Jack Cartwright did. Colbeck did. Here comes Norton. Norton's going to be next.
So we talked about at the beginning of the game how we needed some of our key players to step up tonight and provide some offense, and that is exactly what happened. Norton chipped in a career high. Cartwright had nearly 20, I believe. Okoye had 15 of his own, so it was a really balanced scoring attack and a lot of points for our top players. So that's exactly what we needed tonight, and we put it all together. It was just a fantastic game, a fun environment. I mean, that was just exactly what the Knights needed to wrap up their season here heading into the state tournament.
And it kind of started off very beginning there. We came out, and all of a sudden that first quarter, we kind of took away 26-14, and what was it, about halfway through the first, and Watertown wanted the timeout because he saw it starting to get away. And what was the closest they got? 13, or I think it was the closest they got was 13.
Well, it was 9 at one point in the second half for a possession, and then we hit a 3 and made it 12. I think it was around 12 was what it was closest to in the second half.
But Watertown missed some free throws.
Yes,
I will say that.
A lot of points on the board.
Yeah.
They had some missed opportunities offensively around the rim. They were missing a couple key opportunities for some putback, layups, etc. But, that's kind of just not necessarily what you'd expect, but that's just kind of how it goes sometimes. Sometimes you don't have your best outing, and the other team, like O'Gorman did tonight, really just came out and guns a-blazing.
That's for sure. Guns are blazing. There's Cousin Eddie cutting the net.
So as
he doesn't need a ladder.
No, and absolutely not. So as we look forward to that state tournament, only one upset, if you will, in that 8-9 game. It was Rapid City Central over Lincoln, but so far the top seeds have kind of been taking care of business, so it's going to be a wide open state tournament. The Knights, I believe, are the 5th team to punch their ticket to state.
Right, and Huron, guys, they just won over Douglas. That was 84-48. So Huron and Brandon Valley will play in the state tournament at 3 o'clock at the Sioux Falls Arena in the 2-7. O'Gorman's playing the winner of Roosevelt Mitchell in the 3-6. In that ball game that's going on right now, Roosevelt and Mitchell. Rapid City Stevens leads Harrisburg 18-14 after the first quarter. So the winner of that game will play Sioux Falls, Washington, and then Yankton plays Rapid City Central. So only 2 games left to decide the final 2 teams. Stevens and Harrisburg and Rapid City right now, and then Roosevelt and Mitchell over at Roosevelt right now.
So this win tonight for the Knights is a big statement victory. They've been lost 3 of their last 5, and then come out and have a performance like this. This is definitely what they needed to boost their confidence heading into the state tournament. They're taking their final picture here, holding that state qualifying plaque.
Guys, we'll take our final break here, and then we'll come back and we'll just wrap it up real quick, and then we'll get you prepared for the state tournament, which the O'Gorman boys and girls have both qualified, and we'll be back after the last break on Real Presence Radio.
Pizza Ranch and Fun Zone Arcade on 41st Street in Sioux Falls has something for everyone. They offer a buffet featuring pizza and chicken. Pizza Ranch has daily specials as well as 5 party rooms and a dining area. You can also order online and they'll bring the experience to you. Pizza Ranch is located across from O'Gorman High School on 41st Street and can be contacted by calling 271-8646. Pizza Ranch is a strong supporter of O'Gorman Knights athletics and activities.
Value Visor helps people and businesses discover, improve, and get the value from their businesses. With multi-certified valuation and mergers and acquisition advisors, they understand the complexities of valuations and negotiating in the mergers and acquisitions marketplace. For more information, you can contact Jameson Rounds, managing partner of Value Visor, at 605-370-6931 or online at valuevisor.com. Real estate through Murphy Business, Dakota Lakes.
And welcome back here as they're getting their team picture underneath us here. 77-58 as the Knights punched their ticket to the state tournament. So let's kind of recap a week from Thursday. The guys are going to get about 11
day break.
10, 11 days off a little bit. So
be a nice, much-needed break for them after they've been playing a lot of high-intense basketball games down the stretch here. But, yeah, it's always nice to have a break, have a little bit of time to regroup, kind of take in the moment of, hey, you're a state qualifier. You're going to go to that state tournament, one of the most exciting things to experience on high school athletics. And so, it's something that you can't take for granted.
No. So we will be back on the air Thursday, March 19th. If you survive St. Patty's Day, we'll be there on the 19th. And the girls play at the Denny Sanford Premier Center, 1 p.m. Central Time, and they'll take on Sioux Falls Roosevelt, 1 versus 8.
9. Roosevelt's a 9.
9, that's right.
And got you on your toes here. Try to sneak in a little.
Yeah, that's right.
Heron
was 8. Heron was 8. So, yeah. So 1 versus 9. And then the boys will play over at the Sioux Falls Arena, and that's 7 o'clock, and they'll play the winner of
Mitchell and Roosevelt.
And so either one, doesn't matter to me.
Yeah, I think it would be interesting to see the Roosevelt boys win and have a rematch of last year's first quarterfinal round, and have the girls and the boys for both Roosevelt and O'Gorman play each other in the first rounds of the state tournament. That'd be kind of interesting to see that.
So that will be on March 19th from the Denny. We will not be video streaming. We'll be doing it on the radio, audio only. And we're going to be courtside for the girls' game, and then at the arena we'll be up in the Crow's Nest on the south. You got an update?
I've got I've got a final scoreboard update for us. Mitchell is trailing Roosevelt by 8 with 2 minutes left in the second quarter, and Harrisburg is trailing Stevens by 11 at the end of the first half. 37-26, that score is out in Rapid City. So right now those are the last 2 games. I'm sure you can go and find those scores being updated, maybe a live stream, but our opponent that we will be facing is that Mitchell-Roosevelt game, and now Roosevelt has a 10-point lead with a minute left in the second quarter.
Okay, Brett, our producer extraordinaire, final thoughts.
Well, it was a terrific ball game tonight. You just got to love this atmosphere. I'm from small town Nebraska, and our gym probably would fill up about one side of this O'Gorman court, and seeing all these people out here for Watertown especially, kudos to them for traveling. 2 team buses. I showed up here about 3:30, and there's a bunch of Watertown people already here by that point. So, and Watertown played a really good game offensively. Their problem was they just couldn't stop O'Gorman defensively.
Yeah.
Watertown only averages 49 points a game. They scored 58. It was just their defense. O'Gorman scored a season-high 77 points. As Isaac mentioned, the most points O'Gorman scored before this ball game was the Mitchell game, which was 72 and a loss. So offense came to play. Those 3 guys we talked about, Norton, Okoye, and Cartwright, they combined for 62 points. So, I mean, they stepped up big time, and looking forward to the state tournament. This has kind of been crazy. The 6 years we've covered O'Gorman, each year both the boys and girls every year have made the state tournament.
Let's just keep that ball rolling.
That's awesome. So thank you, everyone, for your comments on the video streams all season long and watching the games.
So Isaac, I've got a quick Summit League score.
Oh.
The Denver Pioneers just used a 16-3 run here with 8 minutes left in the game to take a 6-point lead over the top-seeded North Dakota State Bison. So Denver, the 8 seed, who had only won, I believe, 3 games in the Summit League all season, leading the top seed right now with just under 8 minutes left in the ball game by 6 points. Remember last year, South Dakota State got upset by the 8 seed Western Illinois. Once again this year, the 8 seed, the Denver Pioneers, giving North Dakota State all they can handle. And I remember years before that when Matt Mooney and Tyler Flack were playing for USD, Western Illinois lost a game in overtime. So that 8 seed in the Summit League men's division has always been given fits to that 1 seed.
And North Dakota State got beat, darn. Now, Brett, we got to give a shout-out to your Kyle. You got your Kyle hat on, and Kyle fans, what was the score today this afternoon, Brett, for the ladies?
Is a lot to a little. I was pretty
99 to something.
I was honestly pretty busy.
99 to 47.
I do know the men, I believe, for USD play tomorrow night at 8:30.
Yes, they do.
And we got time to get out there for the. Of course, I've never been to a Summit game, folks. Nobody's ever got me a ticket,
Whoa,
so that's why.
My goodness.
I'm too cheap to buy a ticket. I'm just going to admit it. So South Dakota State will play a little bit later in the second game tonight. So O'Gorman Knights proved a 14-7 on the year. The Lady Knights 21-0. They're ranked number 1, seeded number 1 in the state tournament. The Knights are seeded number 6 in the state tournament, and both ladies and men play on March 19th at the Denny and the Sioux Falls Arena. So for Brett Byler, Isaac Struck, the sponsors, we'd like to thank everybody for sponsoring us this year and all year long. Can't thank you enough. And if you'd like to sponsor the state tournament, get a hold of Brett. We'll take some more sponsors and everything. So this activity is brought to you by Real Presence Radio, 94.5 FM Sioux Falls, 91.3 FM Hartford. It's advertisers and member schools of the South Dakota High School Activity Association. No rebroadcast, in whole or in part, may be made without written permission of the South Dakota High School Activity Association. We'll see you on March 19th.
Get out there, wear blue.
Damn.
From the Real Presence Radio Network, O'Gorman Knights basketball has been brought to you in part by
Catholic Family Services, Catholic Community Foundation for Eastern South Dakota, Jardine Construction, Hagen Chiropractic Clinic, Bishop O'Gorman Catholic Schools, Frick Benefits Registered Investment Advisor Representative, McGuire Iron, Knights of Columbus Insurance Field Agent Jeff Gillen, Pizza Ranch and Fun Zone Arcade on 41st Street,
Sunday,
First Premier
Monday?
Bank, Premier Bank Card,
Okay.
Sioux Equipment Company, I. Bailey, Farrendor Family Chiropractic and Wellness, Jameson Rounds Managing Partner of Value Visor.
the preceding O'Gorman Knights activity has been a special presentation of the Real Presence Radio Network.